What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we have got an exciting one. We're going through the first reactions for Andor, or the first 4 episodes of Andor at least. So it's not due out now until the 21st of September. However, some lucky soul has managed to see it early. Probably someone who works within Lucasfilm, I'd imagine. So before we jump in, remember to subscribe to the channel if you're new so we can continue this Star Wars journey, and leave a like on the video. It's massively appreciated and it really helps the channel out. So let's pop over here and we'll have a butcher's. I haven't actually read this myself yet, but we're gonna go through and see what it says. Oh, and if you're wondering why I've tried googling Andor runtime, I got a notification on my phone yesterday from somewhere, and I cannot remember where it's from, actually giving us the runtime for the first 3 episodes. If you guys know where that is, I can't find it anywhere, please drop it in the comments. I'd love to find out. I'm gutted I missed that one, to be honest with you. I thought I'll check it later, and later never came until I wanted to check it, and now it's gone. But if anyone caught that, yeah, let me know. So this is on Best Bin Bulletin. It came out today. First reaction to Andor's first 4 episodes appears online. Grounded, complex, expect division. Ooh, juicy. We've known for a handful of days that press have seen 4 episodes of the highly anticipated Andor series. So, I mean, we're going to see 3 episodes in one day, so that's going to be just like one big episode, really. And then, obviously, the following week we'll get the other one. So they're covering us for 2 weeks here. And though the series isn't due to release until the back end of September, boo, an early reaction to the series has made its way online. Yay! Reset Era user Ramala took to the forum to give their brief thoughts on the first 4 episodes of the upcoming Rogue One spin-off series. The user has previously shared early reactions to TV series and films in the past, such as Ms. Marvel and the upcoming The Sandman series for Netflix, so I believe they have seen the show. The Reset Era user's comment is as follows: I've seen the first 4 and it's the most serious, grounded thing Star Wars has ever done. Right, that's a big statement. It feels more like an English-made espionage thriller than Star Wars. Okay, so it is dubbed as a spy thriller. I don't know if production was in the UK or not. It is totally unconcerned with giving you fan service moments, and instead wants to delve into what it's like for the bit players in this universe to wake up every morning and go about their day. Okay. It is not space opera, it's more space drama. It's slow, deliberate, complex for Star Wars, and asks the viewer to do some work. Okay, so we could maybe get a few theories out of that. I'm trying to take positives so far, because at the moment it's not really selling it to me. It actually humanizes roles that are traditionally cartoon evil in the Star Wars universe. It's attempting to tell a grown-up story, and I think a lot of fans are going to hate it. Both Gilroy's presence is all over this thing. It's got that cinema vibe that the core Bourne movies had going for them. Puts you in the world like never before. Whether the world can hold up to that level of scrutiny is up for debate, but it's fascinating. Okay, so before we read any more, which I think is ultimately Best Bin Bulletin's take on it, that's quite a worry, them comments, for me, to be honest, considering the state of the divide within the Star Wars fandom at the moment with the Kenobi series. I mean, I personally really enjoyed the Kenobi series, but I know a lot of people didn't, but on the other side a lot of people did. The sequel trilogy again divides. Book of Boba Fett, I mean, that one of the complaints about that was how slow it was, and that is actually a comment they've put into this Andor show. Let's go through that again and break it down bit by bit. I've seen the first 4 and it's the most serious, grounded thing Star Wars has ever done. Okay, so that sounds interesting. We're going to put that on the positive side of things. It feels more like an English-made espionage thriller than Star Wars. Okay, I'm on the fence with that one. Yes, we do like different, but yes, we want it to feel mostly like Star Wars, considering it's a Star Wars series for Star Wars fans. It's totally unconcerned with giving you fan service moments, which is okay. We don't need fan service moments. In fact, shows can be criticized for giving you too many fan service moments. I don't know if this gives you any. I'd imagine it does potentially have a few sprinkled in there. That's just my take. I don't know for sure, but we could get a few cameos maybe. Who knows? And instead wants to delve into what it's like for the bit players in this universe to wake up every morning and go about their day. Okay. This is not space opera, it's more space drama. It's slow, deliberate, complex for Star Wars. Okay, so it is a grown-up series. That's the vibe I'm getting. Like, you know, when you can sort of you watch a Star Wars series, you expect to have that Star Wars feel, and you just know a certain tone that you want it to hit. It sounds like, from what this reviewer is saying there, is it's not hitting that tone you want it to hit for Star Wars, but it's hitting a tone that you do want to see within a series, but maybe not a Star Wars series. So that's the immediate vibe I'm getting from this. And if we solely go by this reviewer, because this is only one person's opinion, I can already see the comments coming out like, it's a great show, but it's not a great Star Wars show. I can see that coming out now, and I really don't want that to be the case. I really do not want that to be the case. So it goes on to say as well, and it asks the viewer to do some work. I like that aspect of it. You know, it gets you thinking. I love shows, and I'm watching one at the moment called From. It's a new show, quite gory if you're not into that kind of stuff. But even from episode 1, it gets you thinking, how is that happening? What's going on here? Ding, ding, ding. It's all going off. I like that for a show, so I'm down for that. It actually humanizes roles that are traditionally cartoon evil in the Star Wars universe. I wonder what that means. That is interesting, that comment. Star Wars evil. I would class the Empire as evil. Maybe not cartoon evil. When they say cartoon evil, it gives me Darth Vader vibe. You know, the big bad robot cyborg guy, Emperor Palpatine guy. Are they humanizing them in a way if they're in there in some kind of role or capacity? That's an interesting one. I don't know what that means, really. Let me know what you guys think on that part in the comments. Let's get the conversation going for that one. I think that really needs to be spoken about. So it's attempting to tell a grown-up story, which is okay. I mean, George always wanted Star Wars to be made for kids, ultimately. That was the primary audience for Star Wars. That's the films. I'm all for having something more mature in a series, 100%. Why not? And I think a lot of fans are going to hate it. Wow. That is a big comment. But presumably this is someone who, you know, is in the inside. They get to see things early. They probably have a good grasp on what fans like in general, I would imagine. Whether they know they must believe themselves that they have some kind of idea on what the majority of Star Wars fans like, to put that comment out saying that they think they'll hate it. I really hope that's not the case, and I'm a bit taken aback by that, to be honest. I wasn't really expecting that kind of review. I was expecting it to be ultimately positive, not maybe from the point of view of they've got to see it early, so it's probably you see it early, give us a good review, but this is certainly not that. This is certainly not that. Both Gilroy's presence is all over this thing, and it's got that cinema vibe that the core Bourne movies had going for them, which is good, positive. Puts you in the world like never before. Whether the world can hold up to that level of scrutiny is up for debate, but it is fascinating. So the vibe I'm getting from this, just to give you my thoughts on this overall, is it's going to be set in the Star Wars universe, but it's not really going to traditionally be what you would think of as a Star Wars series. I don't think this is going to be what we expect. I do not think this series is going to be what we expect. Going by them comments, I could be wrong. This could be, you know, this is one person's take on it, which is important to remember. I mean, this could be the complete opposite of what they say. It's their opinion. Our opinion may be greatly different. They might think the majority of Star Wars fans hate it, but this reviewer might be someone who loved the worst the most hated Star Wars film. So they might be on the other side of the coin completely to what the majority of Star Wars fans will love. So it's important to bear that in mind as well. So it goes, the user also added in response to a comment, oh god, there's more, that they believe a 3-episode premiere for the series was needed as the 3 episodes served as an entire story arc and compared it to a movie. Further on in the thread, the user praised the writing as the heroes can act like villains. Okay, so we're kind of expecting that. As we got in Rogue One, you know, you got Cassian Andor literally killing that guy at the beginning who was actually helping him, but it's in the name of the rebellion. Going into that he can't... Basically, rebellions are ultimately there for good, to bring, you know, the Republic back to the galaxy and eradicate the Empire. However, how they get to that point in time isn't always smooth sailing, and they've got to do things that they aren't proud of. I think Cassian Andor actually said that in Rogue One. So I was kind of expecting that anyway, to be honest with you. And vice versa. Okay, so as the heroes can act like villains and vice versa. So the villains can act like heroes. Right. Maybe from what I'm going by there, we could be maybe getting 2 perspectives in this show. We could be approaching it from, you know, the rebellion perspective. But we could also maybe be approaching it from the Empire perspective, whereas they take out a group of rebels and you see them celebrating like they're heroes to each other and getting congratulated. That could be an interesting thing to see as well. Something we kind of saw in Mandalorian season 2, I believe, isn't it? When they went to that Imperial base that was apparently abandoned, when they saw that clone that we all think is Snoke. So, on the subject of characters, the user referenced the title of character as the least interesting when compared to Mon Mothma and Stellan Skarsgård's Luthen Rael. I kind of got that vibe as well, to be honest with you, from the trailer. We've got the Andor bits, but maybe it's because we've seen Andor in action, we know what he's about. We haven't seen Luther in action. He's really interesting in the trailer. He has some really good parts in that by the looks of things. And it's a character that I actually said on the live stream last Tuesday that I can't actually wait to see more of, alongside Mon Mothma. Probably Mon Mothma more so. Mon Mothma is a character that we have had before, but we've never really, you know, dived into and learnt about. So it's going to be really interesting. Of the first 4, Luthen and Mon Mothma are definitely the rebel MVPs. Andor is probably the least interesting character, but then they've got a long way to go to get him to the man we meet in Rogue One. Okay, so it's going to be quite different. It's going to be one of them arcs where they build up over time. It's going to be different though. It's not going to be Luke Skywalker where we meet him in the sequels and stuff like that. It's going to be, because this is Andor before he's had his hero story, so it's going to be ultimately a different kind of story for that character. And it goes on to say there is much more interesting characterization going on the Imperial side of things. And let me tell you, it's fascinating to me. I kind of wish we got the whole show about that. Okay, nice. So that sort of leans me further into thinking we're going to see, rather than us thinking we're going into the show to watch how the rebellion came to be. Yeah, we'll ultimately get that story because that's what's needed. But we're also going to be digging into the Empire side of things and seeing things from their perspective as well. Maybe whetting our appetite for Acolyte, which is going to be a dark side themed show, following a part of the story away from the heroes. That's what I kind of mean with that, which is interesting. It's a nice take, and that's pretty cool. You know, you can find the whole article on Bespin Bulletin. I don't really want to go through much more than the actual first thoughts on it. My overall opinion, I think they've definitely not played Andor safe. I think they probably played Kenobi safe, and I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, and I'm really thinking Andor will be good. It's just these comments don't hit the best chord with me. However, as I say again, this is one person's opinion. We're here to make our own opinions up, and this person's opinion, they may be in that really small minority that hates all the Star Wars films bar 1 or 2 or something like that. They may have their opinion of Star Wars and what Star Wars should be, could be massively different to ours. So you guys make your own decision on that. I'm sure we'll all talk about it when Andor comes out. However, there are some massive positives to take from that. It's exciting, that we're going to be digging into the characters of Mon Mothma more and learning about Luthen. He seems really interesting as well. I'm sure Cassian Andor being the main character is going to be fantastic, in my opinion. Star Wars are good at bigging up their lead characters typically. What I really liked what they did with Kenobi in the Kenobi show, and that was a character we've also had before. It's interesting as well. It's going to be more grown up, and Star Wars is made for kids, but it will be nice to witness something that maybe isn't always made for kids, and it gets you thinking a bit more. It's not all laid out on a plate. It's not all easy to work out. After you watch the episode, you'll sit back and you'll think, and there'll be bits in there that stick in your mind for the next few days where you're trying to work things out, maybe come up with theories in your head, and how is this happening now, and how is that working, and just like we like to do on the channel really, and a lot of people like in Star Wars like to do anyway. So for me, there's positives and there's negatives to take from that. Let me know what you guys think on that one in the comments. How do you feel about that person's take on it? Does that fill you with optimism? Is that the kind of thing you're going for, you're looking for when you watch Andor? Or is you looking for something a bit more, with maybe a bit more fan service in there, and maybe a bit easier on the eye potentially? Let me know what you guys think. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you're new, leave a like. It's really, really, really appreciated. I'll catch you in the next video, and may the Force be with you.